I can't lie. I'm so happy the Dallas Mavericks won this game. I picked Minnesota. They've been my pick all season. But tonight was player malpractice. It was coaching malpractice. It was everything malpractice. This game was just the epitome of stupidity. Down the stretch, throughout the game, everything. I mean, you could not play a game worse. You could not close a game worse. You could not execute a game plan worse. This game is all on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Give credit to the Dallas Mavericks. They took it, but but the Timberwolves gave this game away. They gave it to them on a silver platter. First of all, I'm going to open up my app real quick. Karl Anthony Towns had 15 points on 4-16 shooting. Anthony Edwards had 21 points on 5 of 17 shooting. And it wasn't that good. He got a lot of free throws late in the game. He had 10 free throws, made 9. Karl Anthony Towns has PJ Washington guarding him majority of the night. PJ Washington is like 6'8", 6'9". He's been a small forward pretty much his whole career. Karl Anthony Towns has been a center pretty much his whole entire career. He's been a power forward this year and last year since Rudy Gobert got there. Why do you have 15 points? Why, when PJ Washington is guarding you, you're 1 of 5 from 3? You're the best shooting big man. You throw up bullshit in the mid range. You can't back them down. You can't post them up at all. You don't get any type of separation. You don't move PJ Washington a single inch when he is guarding you and you are trying to back him down. And then on top of that, you're not making jump shots. What is going on with you, bro? You were the number 1 overall pick. What is going on with you? Like the most positive thing about this is you had 0 turnovers. And you can't really say down the stretch it was on you or not on you because you got benched. Like Anthony Edwards, 21 points, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 critical turnover. He had Jaden McDaniels wide open on the strong side, looked him off, did a spin away, thought he was Kobe, and then threw the ball out of bounds. That was the game. You could have went to the free throw line. You could have got a shot up, potential offensive rebound, chew up more clock, maybe get fouled, go to the line again, put the game away. But you didn't do that. And on Minnesota's part, I understand the defensive substitution late in the game when you want to put nothing but size out there. You want to take Mike Conley out. Once you get to stop, call a timeout, get your point guard back in the game. Anthony Edwards is a shooting guard for a reason. He's a shooting guard for a reason. Get him back in the game. Mike Conley is there to help make Anthony Edwards' life easier. Mike Conley had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He was probably, outside of Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley was the best Minnesota Timberwolf tonight. Nickeil Alexander-Walker pitched in. Naz Reid off the bench had 23 points. Of course, he was probably the best offensively, but rebounding 2 rebounds, 0 assists. They have 3 7-foot bigs, and 2 of them don't want to rebound. 2 of them think that they are Malik Monk. 2 of them think that they are Donovan Mitchell. I don't understand. Like, you have Kyrie struggling how he struggled in the first half, majority of the game. You let him float around because before he comes alive, Luka Doncic, 32, 10 and 13, phenomenal floor game for Luka Doncic. He had an excellent game. All credit to Luka Doncic. Triple-double, game-winning 3 over Rudy Gobert's top. Like, that's what you want in a superstar player. That's what you expect a guy like this to do. Minnesota don't deserve to win this series. They don't deserve to win a series. I don't want them to win a game. I don't want them to win a game right now. How I feel right now, I don't want them to win a game, man. This is ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous how they choked this game away. Leads in the NBA, I mean, you can't really, especially in this era, you can't really say a game is over. You go 15, 18 points. Whatever. It's a playoffs. It's going to be a close game, especially this close to the championship in the Western Conference Finals with teams this evenly matched. But the Wolves just gave this game away. It's so frustrating because they also gave away game 1. They also gave away game 1. Then they gave up game 2. It's at home. Both games at home. This is like a repeat, but the opposite of the last series with the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is like a exact repeat of that. Derek Lively continues to get lives. Daniel Gafford continues to get lives. They continue to eat in the paint. Once the Mavericks adjusted to what the Timberwolves were doing when they were blitzing them up top, once they adjusted, Cat was late on every single rotation. And if Cat was there on time, the ball is swinging to the corner. They get in the corner three. So I don't know what Minnesota can do, but whatever coverage they're doing defensively, it needs to change. Maybe you should just switch everything and allow Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving to see Rudy Gobert at the top of the key and just think that they can go to work. Maybe that's the best way for them to win this series and just entice them to play one-on-one basketball and try to embarrass Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, Karl Anthony Towns, and everybody else all night. Maybe that's the best way because them collapsing your defense with the consistent pocket passes and the consistent lobs, they're tearing your defense apart. Like I said, I can't find the exact post, but I was in a Facebook group and I said earlier this season, the Mavericks and the Los Angeles Clippers, before Kawhi got hurt, were the two teams that I thought could give the Minnesota Timberwolves the most trouble because of the perimeter play, how they can pick guys apart and say, I want this matchup, I want this matchup, I want this matchup, and they can get downhill, they can get any shot, they're tough shot makers. That was the only two teams that I saw giving Minnesota a chance. Even with that, I still picked Minnesota because I believed in their defense that much. I believed in their offense that much. I believed in the system and the cohesiveness of their team. This bullshit, they waited till they got to the conference finals. They could have did this shit versus Phoenix, man. They could have did this versus Phoenix. They could have did this versus Denver. Denver would have been a better matchup for the Dallas Mavericks, the way it's looking. I mean, this is absolutely this was a despicable effort by the Minnesota Timberwolves. All credit to the Dallas Mavericks. Salute to the Mavericks fans. You guys deserve this. Be happy. Minnesota is this was game 1 and game 2. You could not give up a game better than what they did. You like this? They wrote the book on giving away playoff games. Going back to game 1 when Jaden McDaniels just threw the ball to Luka Doncic. Tonight, Anthony Edwards picking up his dribble, throwing it out of bounds. You can't draw it up any better than this. You can't. It's comical at this point. It's comical. The coaching. I want to get to Jason Kidd. I don't want to hear any more criticism at this point of Jason Kidd, from Jason Kidd. They beat the Clippers in 6. They beat the number 1 seed OKC Thunder in 6. Mind you, I picked the Mavericks to win those series. Look at what they're doing. They won the first 2 games on the road of this series. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have come to play every game. Every role player on this team knows their role. That was one of the main reasons why I picked Dallas to beat the Clippers going all the way back to the first round. I said the Clippers got too many guys that want to be the guy. Paul George, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard. They got too many guys. Somebody got to be a role player. Somebody has to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit in the corner all game. Hey, you know what? I'm going to roll to the rim all game. Like somebody has to do that. Everybody, you can't be high usage guy on your team. The Dallas Mavericks have that. Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively know their role. Jaden Hardy knows his role. Josh Green knows his role. Tim Hardaway Jr. knows his role. PJ Washington knows his role. Derrick Jones Jr. knows his role. All these guys know their role. All of these guys know their role and they play their role to a T, which is what makes champions champions, which is what makes great teams great teams. And they play defense. Like, the only thing that I didn't like about this game is the review that the Mavericks got when it was clear that Kyrie Irving fouled Jaden McDaniels and you give the ball back to the Wolves. Like, I get it, all eyes on you. You can't make up a call, but I've seen them go review 3-point shots and turn them into 2-point shots. I've seen them later on call a bucket and then go back and check and see, oh, wait, no, it was a shot clock violation. Take the points away. I've seen them do this type of things. Tonight should have been one of those situations. I've seen teams challenge a call, and when they challenge the call, the refs say, oh, wait, well, it's a successful challenge, but I saw this happen, so I'm going to call this play. I'm going to call this. I've seen that happen as well. And you just hate to see a playoff game decided off of that. But man, I'm calling Carl Anthony Towns out. I'm calling Anthony Edwards out. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at this series? And I'm like, everybody wants to talk about Rudy Gobert. He is the talk of discussion every single game. Every game, guys want to talk about and shit on Rudy Gobert. Every time Rudy Gobert goes to help out, who's helping him clean up the rebound? Who's helping him get the offensive rebound and secure, or the defensive rebound, I should say, and secure the possession? I saw 4 or 5 times tonight, Rudy Gobert stops, contests the shot. There's nobody on the back end. There's nobody boxing out. Everybody's doing this and looking. Everybody just looking. Nobody's going to attack and going to get the ball. It's oh my God. It's very frustrating, man. Like, it's very frustrating. But I don't have nothing to say except for go Mavs, go win this series. The Wolves don't deserve it. Ray Nation blog out.